Teachers, it's summertime. Yes, summertime. That's what summertime does to me. I love summer. We've all been waiting for this sweet time of year where we can finally relax and take a much needed break. So take a deep breath with me. Inhale, exhale. That felt good, didn't it? Yes, you deserve it. We deserve it. We've worked hard all year and it's summer. Hi, I'm Courtney and this is Unhappy Teacher Podcast, a safe space for educators and all to vent, get it off your chest, and know that you are not alone. Here we discuss all things education, from the challenges to the triumphs, and how we can continue to grow in our personal and professional wellness. Today's episode, I'm here to warn you about the summer burnout. Yes, that's right. You can still feel burnt out, stressed, and have this summer fatigue if you do not rest. So it's important, teachers. It's important that you allow yourself to rest and reset. Rest, reflect, pause, and reset. Let's say that again. Rest, reflect, pause, and reset. It's important. Now, I know for some people, summertime, you're like, okay, that's where I can get this extra income. So we have some teachers that are actually working this summer, whether that be summer school, summer camp, tutoring. You may find the need to go ahead and get that extra little money. And it's not hard to believe some teachers might just really love teaching. They're like, hey, let me just go teach for another few weeks. And that's okay, but you need to find that sweet balance. It's important to find that sweet balance so you can recharge yourself. So I'm here to tell you once again, you need to rest, reflect, pause, and reset. Now, what does it mean to reset? So when we talk about resetting ourselves, resetting yourself after a strenuous working period or a long, hard year, it involves taking intentional steps to relax, recharge, and restore yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotional well-being. You can't just keep running over until your cup spills over. And many of us are there. Our cups are spilling over and splashing everywhere else. And we haven't taken a moment. We haven't taken a moment to repair ourselves. So the goal when we talk about resetting is to alleviate stress, replenish your energy levels, your creativity levels will come once you begin to regain that focus, and your motivation will spike. Oh, this definitely happens to me. So trust me, your motivation for the upcoming year or task that you have to do in your personal lives, it will all begin to refocus and you will feel energized for what's next to come. And then you want to let the natural nature of the sun and the atmosphere just take over. Summer is a wonderful time. I know some of you are like, summer is hot, but I enjoy that. I enjoy basking in the sun, letting the sun just hit my skin and just being outside after being in a building for all those months inside these closed walls. So yes, summer is a time to thrive, shine, but also to reset. So when resetting, essentially it's about, again, pressing that pause button on work-related demands. You have to prioritize your personal rejuvenation and find that balance. And for those of you that may be working summer school this year, summer camps, or you have other businesses that you're doing, you too can reset. Just prioritize it, put it in the forefront. So I'll tell you a little bit about my personal experience. One, never have I ever taught summer school. I'll say that again. Never have I ever taught summer school. When those applications come around for who wants to teach summer school, I don't even think twice about it. I'm so done by the end of the year that I can't even imagine coming back into the building to teach again. I don't have anything left. So no, I never had to teach summer school. I never did anything I will say pertaining to working my contracted hours for summer school, summer camp, or programs. However, I did run a summer program, summer dance program when I had my dance studio. And so I do understand what it means, to have to work during the summertime. But particularly in the summertime, I love to have fun, sleep, travel, eat, sleep some more. Um, that is what I love to do in the summertime. But again, when I had my dance studio, that was a little different. I really had to schedule that time out. So when I had my dance studio, summertime didn't shut down. We had our end of year performance every May at the end of May. But then when summertime came, we had to keep summer camps going, summer program camps going. And so now that was up to me. I had to schedule that time. So whether it was Monday through Friday, we did maybe half days, full days. Maybe we had some staff coming in covering, but I created a schedule. I created a schedule that allowed me still to have my weekends. One thing I knew for sure was on those weekends, oh baby, no, I wasn't working. I was fully taking advantage of that weekend. But again, it's still different. It's still different when you're creating your own. And having that dance studio, having a dance program, it allowed me to still be creative. Now I had to step into my managerial role, of course, to make sure things were operating. But it's very, very different, again, from being confined in the walls of a school and having to deal with a large set of students back to back. Summertime is different. So I can understand maybe why some teachers even teach summer school. I hear that, summer school is not, of course, as strenuous. Summer school, you have less students, smaller classes. I believe you're only working half a day, maybe 8 to 12 or 9 to 12. So it's not so bad after all. But for me, myself, and I, you're not going to catch me in a school building in the summer. Now, this year's a little different. This year's the first year that I'm actually going to be doing some summer professional development and things like that, where I will go in for scheduled days and things like that. And again, that's my choice. It's something that I chose to do for my personal and professional career goals. So yes, but again, it's important to schedule that out. You're not working 8, 12 hours a day anymore. Take that time to reset and reflect. So what does resetting look like? Resetting for me looks like resting and binge watching TV. I catch up on all the series that are going on, the movies. Like, I enjoy just having that moment to rest. And with my toddler, my little 2.5-year-old, that's going to be while he's away in daycare for the day. We have some half days going on, some full days, but trust and believe, mama's going to be on a schedule where I get to rest. Resting or resetting also looks like, for me, working out. During the school year, I try my best to work out, try to have this healthy lifestyle, but it could be challenging. It could be challenging and taxing on your body, where you have to get into this routine, waking up super early in the morning, 5 a.m. sometimes, and that is, 5 a.m. is not my sweet spot at all, but I pushed myself. In the summer, I get to wake up a little later and get to work out on my own free time, so I appreciate that. I also enjoy being outdoors. I enjoy the outdoor walks, the outdoor parks, working out. I love going up the mountains, hiking. It's crazy. If a few years ago, I would have never been talking about hiking outdoors or being outdoors. Nope, not me. But somehow, the beautiful parks in Georgia has got me to being an outdoor person and loving to be in the parks. And so that is part of my summer regime. Cooking, I get to cook more. Healthy cooking, juicing, all these things that I find so challenging through the school year because I'm just trying to survive. Working in survival mode during the school year versus the summertime where you're thriving, where I feel like I'm thriving, is wonderful. Also, catching up with family and friends, having energy, just having the energy to actually talk on the phone with people. Let me tell you, when I leave work, I'm so tired from having to talk all day, saying, sit down, don't do that, don't say that. What did I say? Can you hear me? Clap once, clap twice. I'm tired. I don't particularly talk on the phone and have enough energy to really engage. And I feel guilty about that. I miss my friends. I miss my family. On the weekends, I try to go out, but sometimes it's just about catching up on household chores. So in the summertime, I'm hanging out. I'm catching up with family and friends, taking road trips, near or far. And then lastly, journaling. I find it refreshing to journal and reflect on all things from personal growth, professional growth, just anything that I'm thinking. I'm really getting in tune with myself and the energy that I'm creating and what I want for myself. Throughout the school year, these are things that I find challenging to do. I may not be as consistent with it, but during the summertime, I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it. It doesn't feel like an obligation or a chore, but more of a choice. So the summer can be quite rewarding for you too. At first, it's hard to shut down. I will admit it's hard to shut your brain off and realize you need a break. So we're on summer break right now. And my first day of summer, I started to try and clean up and get things together and do all this. But I was moving at a slow pace and I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be productive. I have so much to do. And then I had to have a talk with myself. I had to say, self, now, whose time are you on? It's just the first day of break. I know some of us have this urge to just get things done and get it over with. Now, if that's you, go ahead, knock yourself out. But for me, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can take a break right now. I don't have to have it all done today. I didn't have to have it all done today. And it felt good. It felt good to slow down a little bit, slow my pace down because I'm working on my own pace now. I don't need to look busy and just be doing something. Like, you always have that, I gotta be doing something. I gotta be doing something. There's something to do. I said, no, I can take a break. And I actually took a nap in the daytime. First I was actually supposed to be watching something on TV and I fell asleep and I took a nap. And then next thing I know, it's time to pick up my son. But all that to say, it can be hard at first to just unwind and get your mind into that restful mode. So if it is your first day of summer or you're just now approaching your summer break, go ahead if you have to just get the things done. But remember, you're on your time. You set it up. You set that time up. So if it looks like on day one, I need to rest, maybe day two, I'll get back to organizing. Or if you're like day one, let me just organize and get it all done. But be conscious about your decisions and notice if you're not giving yourself that moment to unwind and break free. So I began to feel more relaxed with each day. And I will say usually after about a week or two, that's when my creativity juices begin to come back. Creativity starts to flow in my brain again. Usually by the end of the year, I'm so worn out, like thoughts, like processing a thought takes a lot longer. Like literally, I may stare at you for a moment because I'm trying to just process that thought and come up with an answer. But I'm so fatigued, mentally fatigued, that I'm not doing well creatively in that area. So after about a week or two, I begin to feel rejuvenated. The creativity begins to come back. Ideas begin to come back. And by the end of summer, I'm at my peak. I've then come up with maybe 5 other concepts, 5 other business ideas, or even, we all do it. We have ideas and new things we want to do for the beginning of the year. But now you're in the zone where you feel no pressure to create, no pressure to plan. So if that is you, or when you feel that energy, go ahead, utilize it. Go ahead, create that digital content. Go ahead, get a head start, but don't get too wound up in it. It should feel good to you. It should feel good in your soul, because this is part of you resting and reflecting. And naturally, if you are rested, all of that will begin to come. Your mind is going to begin to work in wonderful ways, Now, for those of you that are like, okay, I'm having a little trouble doing that because I do have to work this summer, or I'm just always in the mindset of I have to do. Here are a few tips that you can be intentional about when it comes to resetting, taking the summertime to reset. Number 1, rest. I keep saying it over and over and over again, but your body will tell you when it needs to rest, because what's going to happen, it will shut down. It will shut down if you don't listen to it. It's going to do it for you. It's going to force you to rest. We all have experienced that before, where we may have not listened to our bodies and we pushed it to a capacity where we may have fallen ill or sick, and now we're forced to sit down and recover. But resting is important to ensure that you get that adequate sleep and allow your body and your mind to recover. Second, activities. Find leisure activities that you like to do. Enjoy, if you enjoy dancing, if you enjoy yoga, if you enjoy crocheting, if you enjoy doing crossword puzzles, that's your time to relax and unwind. Do it and be intentional about it. So remember, these are things that you need to be intentional about. For me, this summer, I plan to be intentional about my workout routine, and I actually want to start practicing yoga again, start dancing again. These are things that I haven't been doing in the past few years as I've become a new mom, and just balancing that work life and mom life. These are things that I've kind of let go from my daily enjoyable habits. And so this summer, y'all gonna see me out in the parks. Y'all may see me on the gram, TikToks, doing some dancing. Next, number 3, connect. Make sure you connect and spend time with quality loved ones. As I expressed earlier, that after working long days, it's pretty difficult for me to want to talk to people during the school year or even hang out. Like my bedtime, 8 o'clock, we going down. 9 o'clock, I need to be asleep. But during the summer, we have longer sunlight. So go out and connect with friends and family. Definitely for emotional support. Find a community of teachers as well, community of educators, or a community that have the same interests as you. Be intentional about what you're doing and what you're seeking. Number 4, self-care. Prioritize activities that promote physical and mental well-being. So you heard me speak about working out and doing yoga. This can be exercising for you, meditation, or even just a relaxing bath. I love going to the spa. Now, I have realized over the years that this is a necessity for me. This is a way for me to truly relax and unwind my mind, my body. I realize that when I don't go to the spa, when I don't have a chance to sit in the sauna room, that I get tense. I get tense. Anxiety, depression, all of these things start to arise. Even my husband realizes it. He'll say, hey babe, do you want to go, to the spa this weekend? Do you need to go to the sauna? I'll take I'll take Adonis. And so I love the fact that he knows me. He knows me. He notices me. He notices my habits, and he'll even like kind of remind me by that's a little cute way of saying, hey babe, you might be spiraling out of control. So I get it. So find a way to take self-care seriously. Journal. I keep talking about reflecting and journaling. For so long, I don't know why. I wouldn't say I ran from journaling, but I wasn't as consistent with it. And I'll be honest, I think what happened was when I find myself journaling and then I read back and reflect on it, it can be vulnerable. It can be vulnerable. It can be scary because you are looking at your thoughts and your feelings at that time and then where you are now, and it's eye-opening. If you are truly journaling and writing and reflecting, it's eye-opening. A lot of times you can solve your own issues. You can solve your own anxiety, your depression a lot of times if you just take a moment and reflect. So it's important to do that because then you will be able to see where your next steps are. Next, disconnect. Disconnect means taking breaks from any work-related things, emails. Take the emails off your phone. I have to tell myself that too. So some of us have our emails connected to our phones, so we see the pop-up and things like that. It's funny, in previous years, I never had my email come to my phone. I had it there, but it was never with the notifications on. So for me to see an email, I have to physically go ahead and log in. But this year was the first year that I went ahead and turned the notifications on. But take a break, disconnect, take that off. If you do not have to be somewhere, if you did not sign up for any professional development, take those notifications off, because you can also just go ahead and put it on, if you use Google Calendar, or put it on reminders, any other reminder apps or things that you have, put it on your calendar at home. But disconnect. You do not want to always be constantly reminded of what's coming up next. It's always in the back of your mind. Detach from that. Some people, you might need a social media disconnection as well. I know we're so used to being on our phone and keeping up with the latest news and trends, but taking 7 days off, taking a week off to detox is okay. If you've never tried it, I definitely recommend that you do. Take just a week off from social media, detox, and you will begin to feel so much better. Your brain needs time to reset and pause. Next, spend time in nature. Spend time outdoors. Now, I also previously said, I was never an outdoor person. But spending time outside and being grounded to the earth really does something to you on the inside. You will begin to find just natural joy start to radiate within you. Just take a walk outside, take a walk down the block, take a walk in the park. There's so many things that are going on in the summertime. Festivals, so many festivals happening. Oh my God, there's so many festivals happening as I'm thinking about it. Spend some quality time outdoors. Now, I'm not a bug person, so you're not going to find me in the grass, in the jungle, unless like I'm on a tropical vacation, maybe. But spend time outside so that you can rejuvenate and gain new perspective. And then reflect. Reflect on your achievements and challenges. Set intentions for the future. You will find so much satisfaction when you do. Moving on, healthy habits, creating healthy habits for yourself. I stated that I struggle with being consistent with those habits during the school year, but in the summertime, I really thrive with that. So think about what healthy habits you can begin to create for yourself. Maintaining a balanced diet, cooking healthier, trying some recipes out, staying hydrated. Summertime is hot. It's hot out here in these streets. Summertime is hot. Stay hydrated. Get you one of those big gallon water bottles with the times on it. That's the ones I like. And stay hydrated. Drinking water, drinking lots of water, you will also begin to physically feel those changes when you are properly hydrated. And overall, your health and vitality will begin to change. Now, moving on to boundaries. Establish boundaries between work and personal time. So again, this is for those of us that still may have to work this summer for whatever reason that is, or and whatever organization or venture that may be. Find boundaries between work and your personal time to prevent that burnout and fatigue. Maintain healthy work-life balance. And this is all, again, being very, very intentional on what you do. Take that time and be serious about your summer. You've earned it. You've earned this time. Don't feel guilty by having to pile a lot of just busy work on top or feel the need to have to get ahead on planning for next year. These are things that you would like to do, but really take that time to reflect with yourself and see what it is that you need. Do a self-assessment. It's summertime. Enjoy it. That's all I have for you today. Please make sure that you like and subscribe. If you want to stay up to date with more resources and tips on how you can begin to really thrive in the classroom inside and out, and to get more help on your personal and professional well-being and growth, please subscribe for updates. Thank you, and I'm out.